Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Princess Janet, and today we have Prince Adebi with us.
Hi guys.
And it's going to be 3 years on Tuesday that we'll be married. Yeah, so we want to discuss a very important topic, and it is with how will I put it? Getting married to, but when we got married, he didn't have a stable source of income, like he didn't have a job. And in this generation, some girls or some ladies, they feel like a man must have be earning 300,000 in a month before before he can even talk to them about relationship, not of marriage. So we just want to discuss our story and just to change some of the narrative that it's not compulsory for you to have everything ready before you get married. And there's some men too that have that mentality, like they want to be made and they keep trying and trying. They're 30, they're 35, 40. They've not been able to achieve what they expect or what they thought they would achieve before they have a wife. So we just want to talk about a story and just enlighten people about getting married without a job. So
What are the lessons learned? What are the
lessons learned, what we could
or what are the limitations?
The limitations, the benefits, and everything. So I'll be asking you a question.
Okay.
So when you came to me and you came to make your intention that you want to marry me, did it ever occur to you like maybe I will say no because you didn't have a job?
Okay. I think the first thing for me is having a positive mindset.
Okay.
For me, it's not that I don't want to work, because there are men or there are guys that the moment they're lazy, they don't want to work. But for me, it's not that I don't want to work, but the job is not just there. The Nigeria factor, the job is not just there, and I have a master's degree. I have a first degree, master's degree, and it's one of the best institutions, but the job was not there. But for me, I have a positive mindset. I have positive self-esteem. The fact that I don't have a job does not mean I won't have a job tomorrow, or I'm less of human. I think that is the first thing every guy needs to understand, that the fact that you don't have a job right now does not mean you are less of human. Job might not come today, but job might be there tomorrow. So I have a positive esteem when I came to you, and I was like, and I also have visions. So those are the things that give me confidence to even approach. I think even when I approached you, I just knew you were doing your PhD as a then. But that's all I knew about you. Just knew little about you. But for me, I just feel, well, the worst scenario is she's going to say no. But I have a positive esteem. I have a knowing that one day I'm going to get a job. I have a knowing that, okay, if she can work with me through my vision, then things going to be better. So that's how I felt.
Yeah, and seriously, that was exactly what I saw in him too. There are some men that they feel like their self-esteem is based on the amount of money that is in their bank account or the amount of money they earn in a month. But when he came to me, and before even that, we were talking on chatting on WhatsApp, I saw that he was someone that have his self-esteem, like he was confident in himself. He wasn't feeling intimidated or feeling, how will I call it? Yeah, intimidated by the fact that I'm working and I have more money than him. It didn't even show anything like that. So it gave me a kind of, because I also like men that their self-esteem is not based on what they earn. Because when a man's self-esteem is based on what he earns, it will be a problem if they get married and then maybe later the woman earns more. They will kind of feel like they are not more the head or they are not more the man in the house. And it didn't make me feel like that. It wasn't intimidated by whatever amount I was earning or whatever degree I was trying to achieve at that time. And then I also saw the efforts. Though he didn't have a job, I knew that it wasn't because he was lazy. I knew that it wasn't because it was not because he didn't want to work. I saw the effort that he has made. And sometimes we need to look at the effort. Sometimes the effort might not translate to result yet, but when you see those efforts, you will know that okay, this person is not what, he's not lazy. He's not just comfortable where he was for some time. There are some man first degree, that's all they will have, and then they'll be looking for a job, they won't get a job. And instead of them to at least learn more skills or get more degree, they will just remain stagnant the way they are. And have been in a relationship before that the guy was working, was earning something, and I'm sure that if he's to tell anybody today why I broke up with him, he will say it's because he was not anymore. And that was not the reason. One of the reasons why I broke up with him was because he was comfortable where he was. Like there was no effort of growth in his life. Like for years, he has just been at one point. And I try as much as possible to encourage him, he didn't want to move from where it was. So that's a no for me. Even if it's earning 1 million and you are not just, you have no vision, you have no dream, seriously, it wouldn't have worked out. Assuming that was what I
Okay.
saw in you, I would have said
Just
no.
talk about effort. For me, when I finished my first degree, I was serving, and immediately I said, because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be a lecturer. I wanted to pursue my academic, the certificates and everything. So immediately I put in for my master's. I finished my master's, and immediately I was searching for the opportunities for me to go back. You have my PhD. My supervisor then was asking me to come back, but I was saying, I know I don't want to do my PhD in Nigeria. Actually, prior to that time, I was thinking, oh, I don't want to travel now. I want to be in Nigeria. But maybe I finish my master because of friends, because of their own plans. They want to go abroad. I have to probably do another master's or have a PhD. And I started pursuing my PhD dream. I Google different schools in US, different schools in Canada, and I was applying, doing all sort of application. I did GRE, so I was making effort. And as I was doing all those things, I was also looking for job in Nigeria, right? Exam, bank exam, First Bank, Eco Bank. Then at the point I wrote exam for civil service jobs, go for interviews, different. So I was making effort. And at a point, even though, and at that time, when you're done with school and nothing's really coming for them, at that time I was staying with my sis. I was with my sister, and for like almost 2 years or more. After I finished my master's in 2016 to 2017, and I was with her since from that time because nothing really was coming forward. And the little money I was able to get from my own personal pursuit and everything because I like writing. I like writing a lot. So I was doing one or two writings for people and everything. So the little money I was getting was what I was using to finance my dreams, my visions and everything. And when she came along, when I saw and everything, I said, okay, let me take this bold step. And I took it. But one question I want to ask you is when you saw, okay, I didn't have a job, what was your conviction? Why did you look past? Because for ladies, like you said, for ladies of nowadays, if you're not earning millions or you don't have enough in your bank account, or they size you up and say what you're wearing. So I wasn't coming with Gucci. I wasn't coming with one special. That I was not even using an Apple phone. I was not even using. I was using my Android phone. Like I was not coming with so much, nothing special, nothing really special apart from dreams and visions and certificates I have. So, what convinced you beyond those physical stuff?
Well, for me, I would say what someone earn is not like the number one list of my, how will I call it, like what I want in my husband. Fine, money is very important. Money makes marriage
Sweet.
sweet, more fun. Money is very important. Even not apart from marriage, you always need money. But for me, I look at the person like, is this someone that I can spend the rest of my life with? Because marriage is companionship. And I also look at him, do we have the same dreams and vision? Are we working in the same direction? Are we going to agree on, most of the phases in our lives? I also look at, will he be a good father? Is this someone that will be able to, partner together in marriage? Because I feel like marriage is like a partnership, a teamwork. And another thing is that, there are some men that they feel like the only thing they have to do in marriage is just to provide for the home. Every other thing does not concern them. Take care of the children, no. House chores, no. What else? Any other thing, no. The only thing they want to do is to provide. He wasn't that kind of person. I saw that and that is what I want. I want someone that we are going to do everything together. Finance, we'll do it together. We bring our resources together, and buy a car or buy a house or do whatever we want to do for our family. We raise our children together. I don't want to do it alone. So I saw that he had that kind of mentality and mindset, which is what I wanted. So I feel like money can come anytime. and I was working. I have a job. Assuming both of us was not working now, to like being, I won't even advise someone to, to get both of you are not working. How do you want to survive? But I was working. I felt like if I'm working, if I support him with his dream and visions, we will be able to what, to achieve what we want as a family, and make everything work out. And he did, even though it wasn't easy.
So what you told your parents and your siblings? Because being that you have two sisters that are married, and there's a younger sister, you're getting married, and you're bringing somebody home and you're saying this guy doesn't have a job, doesn't have a stable. It's not that I don't have a stable income. I do write this for people. Yeah, sometimes I make money, sometimes there's nothing. So for you now to now say, okay, this guy that I met doesn't have a job. How do they feel? I think I'm not asking the question, sir. So how do
Yeah.
they feel?
Well, my family, let me say my mom and my sisters, they also have almost the same mindset with me. Like, money is important. They don't want, especially my mom. My mom will not want me to marry someone that will not provide for the home based on her experience. But based on what I told them, they also bought this. They bought your visions or our visions, and also they asked me that is he lazy, and I like, no, he's not lazy. These are some of the things he has been able to do, even though he didn't have a job. These are his plans, and they also agree with me. Like, there was no point where they they felt concerned about we
Survivor
surviving.
after
I
marriage.
think the only time they had concern was when we wanted to relocate out of the country, and I was pregnant at that time. I was going to leave my job in Nigeria. That was the point, and then some other things happened at that time. So that was the point they asked me again, like, "Are you sure this guy is going to be able to work and take care of you outside the country?" And I'm like, "Yes, he will be able to do that." And that was after marriage. You already married then.
That's and for me, proud to my parents also asked me and says, how do you plan to fend for your family, looking at the situation? But I think I have, for me, it wouldn't have been possible really without my family support, because looking at I'm the last one of the family and looking at their last one, how are you going to survive? You don't have a stable like sort of income. And how are you going to feed your family? How are you going to survive? But I just had to convince them, and they also trust God in my life. Like, if this is what he wants to do, then let's back him. I had a really good support. I can't deny that. I have a really good support financially, morally. They really backed me up, and everything went smooth. Even like I said, I was living with my sister prior to. It was few months, only a few months of the way. That's when I was like, got all the stuff, because I had to move to because my job is I can work anywhere based on my writing and everything. So I had to move to Ilorin with her. So I had to rent a place in Ilorin. Funny the place that was I don't have anything. I had to buy. I started buying beds, started buying frame beds, started buying different sort of stuff, getting chairs. And luckily for we also got help. I won't lie to you, because uh we were able to get a chair, we were able to from one of our in-laws, we were able to get a generator, we were able to get washing machine. So some of these things were support from families. If one thing I would also advise for anybody who wants to do this, you also need to look at the family you're coming from. If we're able to see a support, and we also started small. No, I think for we started small, but the kind of house we rented was not small, because we rented a
We
very
did,
very
we want a
conducive,
very nice
very conducive
environment and
environment.
everything.
So, but we started small. The thing that
That's
we
small.
bought, we prioritized. Okay, we need to
And
furnish the
then we already knew
bedroom.
that we were relocating, so,
Yes,
and we don't have money too. So some of the things that we like, the chairs from
yeah,
from some of our in-laws, Jen, I think it was my mommy's Jen. She was not using it at that time. I carried it. Washing
washing
machine, I carried
machine.
it in our house. TV, we don't get TV. There was
Yeah,
no
we
TV.
don't.
There was no TV
Some have it
in
one
our
year, one
in
year
our
TV.
sitting room. So we just carried everything like that, and then packed it to Ilorin, to the new apartment. And that was how we started. And then after marriage, he got
The
through a
job.
friend,
I got a
he
job.
got a job in Ilorin, though it was like a
What's
private
a private
company,
company?
and he was earning something. And then all this, like 3 or 4 months after, the
Yeah,
company was changing
change
structure,
structure.
and they were like, "You guys should not come to work for a while," and then no more money. And then at that time too, we were already planning relocations.
Yeah,
We've
we're planning.
invested a
Funny,
lot of money.
just to go back a little. I remember the first time we met physically. That was when we started the talking. That was when we started really talking about our plans. Started talking about relocation. Okay, what is the relocation dream? What have you been doing? Or what do you plan to do? So we kind of aligned, and we had to pull resources together. At the point, she was not in Nigeria, and I had to do the running, and we had to pull resources together. The little what I was getting from what I was doing and from my job and everything. So we had to pull resources together, and like all our funds, everything was stocked somewhere. So by the time we are going to get married, we had to do. It was during COVID that we got married, so we had to do something just small and beautiful, something within the family, and then we got married. Then we moved to Ilorin.
The wedding was just very small, like just the immediate family
Yeah,
those were
just
that
immediate
invited to
family.
the wedding. There was no
Then
so much
by
loud
the time
noise.
we got to Lauren, like she said, we didn't have so many stuff, but we're comfortable, and at the point, like she said, at the point when and after I got the job, like I think 4 or 5 months after, we were asked to stay back because the company was changing structure, we were merging some mergers and everything. So we were only depending on our salary back then. We were only depending on our salary, and at the point, I think we even used the salary for
We collected loan
loans.
from salary. So at that time it was only 5,000
That
that was
that
coming
was coming to the family.
into the house.
And then she was pregnant.
And I
She
was
was pregnant at
pregnant
that
then. It
time,
was
and it was
just
just 5,000
five thousand
that was
naira.
coming in a
It
month.
was sometimes from the side people will send us money,
Sometimes I would get money from my
sometimes five
parents.
thousand, sometimes 10,000. For my
I
family,
could
they can
remember,
send us some money.
I could remember that time. That time, by the time we go to the market, maybe we have 5,000. We have to be
We'll start calculating
calculating
what should we buy, what
what
should
we
we buy.
buy,
Let's buy
buy
meat 1,000,
buy
buy
meat, buy, and
vegetable.
every time we go to the market, every week, the cost of things keep changing. That was far back 2020,
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
You get to the market and price keep changing,
Every
everything
week.
keep changing, and everything.
Things keep getting more expensive.
And I really, one thing I would really say that really helped us was God really helped us. I won't that is the truth. God really helped us. We are a couple or a family that God actually helped. Supported. He gave us everything that we needed because from our dreams. Because if you look at what we earn and what we're able to achieve from 2020 to now,
Mm-hmm.
you would definitely know that this is gold in action. So
Yeah.
I think one thing that also helped us as a family, like I said, I also helped our family that despite financial limitation, despite any having a stable income, God really backed us up. We depended on God. God was our solace. And
Yeah.
by the time our dreams started uh, getting to fruition, we were getting more comfortable. Like we first by I think 20 it was 2021, that was 2021 September, that's when we traveled to UK. She
Mm-hmm.
went for her masters. She was done with the PhD, then she had to go for another masters. And luckily for her, like I said, God actually helped us. She got a scholarship out of 15,000, got a scholarship of 10,000
Mm-hmm.
pounds. So when we got there, I was just working to pay the remaining balance of 5,000 pounds.
Yeah,
And God really
serious.
helped us. And by the time she was running up a program, that
Mm-hmm.
was when the Canada PR
Yeah,
came.
because we already have, where Canada was our
Our main
option
option.
B, and we've already done the application, invested all our money, collected loan from our work, we used it to pay everything, and we're waiting for them to call us. But later we discovered it was going to be a long
No
process,
question.
and we were just so tired of Nigeria. And we were applying for UK, we applied for scholarship, we applied for admission, and then it is still 5,000 that is coming into our
Come
account.
to
We don't
account.
get any money.
We're just
All
doing
of a sudden, we just got one scholarship. I can still remember that date. It was July 15, 2021. It was my
every
husband that applied for those scholarships. We just check our email, like, eh, we got a scholarship, 10,000. We were so
out of
happy.
15,000. So we're just
And that was how we started saying, let's go to UK. And I didn't want to also give birth to my baby in Nigeria. I was like, let's start planning. And we were only collecting 5,000 naira. Anybody, people will be like, so how did you guys go to UK? It was God and family. We can't, we can't, how will I put it? Family support was very important in our life. So most of the money we used for that processing of UK was money borrowed from family
and
and family
somebody
friends.
might also say, probably your family is rich. We come from an average.
It's not
It's
even
not even average.
average.
It's never an average.
Average can,
But what I can say,
it's not average.
God plays people in our lives. People are outside. So I have a friend who was outside the country. Okay, she also has some friends in Nigeria and outside the country who were our family member who were in Nigeria who were our backbones.
We're the one
And
that
God placed them
supported
in our
us.
life as backbones for us.
So
So
we
we're not like we
borrowed
are
a
rich
lot
or
of
our family
money.
members are rich. So we have
So
to
it
crowdfund
was
kind
at
of.
that point when we are now leaving, when I said my parents asked me that, are you sure you will be able to work abroad? Because we borrowed a lot of money to do the application, and the
We
visa
actually
was already done then. And then that was when they asked me, like, are you sure it's going to be able to work abroad? Because our plan was that, okay, we work abroad in UK and
well,
we'll be paying
should
back
study.
the loan, and me, I'll be studying. So that was at the point where they were like, are you sure it's going to be able to work? And I was like, yes, you'll be able to work. But sometimes in my mind, I'll be like, I'm not sure, I don't know. That's why I think marriage is a faith journey. Sometimes you just have to go in with faith.
Even for that, you even wait, we were not sure. Though we have mindset of okay, you have to do a survival jobs. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you are come to Canada as PR, you know you have to start with some survival
Survival
jobs
jobs, yeah.
before you land your dream job.
Mm.
So I had it at the back of my mind that it's survival job and we have to do some survival job to be able to pay tuition, to be able to pay back
And
the
he
money we
did,
borrowed from
like,
Nigeria.
he was
I was
working
not about
15, he will go in the morning like 7, come back 10 p.m., that's 15 hours shift, and then go for another
another
night
night shift.
shift from 10 to 7, and then quickly come back home within 30 minutes bath and go and start another shift. That was how he was doing it, like,
And
pum,
then
pum,
we had
pum,
the baby
working
then.
everywhere.
Then we
So we
had baby then.
started
So I'll
paying
just come
back
home briefly, just pack
the
one
loan,
thing you do is you
paying
cook
back
food
people.
and put in the freezer. So I'll just come home, dish food, take my baby, and I'm off to work. I just say bye bye, how you doing? I'm off to work.
That was how we
So
did it.
and
For that one year
God
in
really helped us for
UK,
the 1 year we were in UK.
it
God really helped
worked.
us.
Sometimes the reason why some men don't want to get married to someone that is any more than them is because
Then they also feel
they feel,
intimidated
no,
as
apart from even feeling intimidated, there is some men can feel intimidated naturally or have low
no
self-esteem, but
self-esteem.
there are some men that, okay, they have high self-esteem, they are not intimidated, but the woman makes them feel less than a man because she's any more.
Mm.
At any point did you feel like that during our relationship and marriage?
No. No. But what I knew I felt was being on. It's not that I was feeling it. It's not as you were giving me signs or attitudes. But at the point where I was feeling I was not able to achieve, especially when we were in Nigeria. Those times happened when we were in Nigeria because when I got to UK and here in Canada, I can fend for my family conveniently. It's not like Nigeria they are struggling to get a job and everything. But while we were in Nigeria, I was just feeling like, I'm not able to provide what you need. I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to do that. So I felt kind of I didn't feel I kind of feel there was mixed feelings, there was mixed feelings that hey, this lady is just the one that's carrying some of this load and everything, and I'm not doing much and everything. I was doing what I could do, but I felt I need to do more. So I kind of had that feeling that okay, well, is what it is. I knew what I was getting into. I knew there was nothing I wanted because like you said, it's a faith journey. So I just
Yeah.
just took it away to just shake off the feeling.
We went with faith, and the thing is, assuming you didn't take that leap of faith,
Funny
then
thing, I used to tell them, I said, thank God I took that step of even coming to you like saying, okay, I want you to marry me. Because I look myself, I said, probably I would be in Nigeria right now. Probably I would not be where I am right now. Because once I said, once thing, but the Bible, the word of God is complete. Say, who finds a wife, will I find a wife, find a good thing, and obtain favor from the Lord. When I met her, I knew this was God's favor. And I could see it in my life, my journey. Because the things that would have taken me 5 years in less than 1 year, I was able to achieve because, for example, this PR thing that when we came to Canada, I had the plans before I met her, but it was just like just little ideas. Okay, this is how you do it. But when I met her, she also had the same idea, and we brought those ideas together. We worked together as a team. We put funds together. So if I were to be doing it myself, probably I would have been struggling with funds. But we're able to put our funds together. We're able to
yeah,
pull our ideas together. We're able to
two
pull
heads
our
are
strengths
better than
together.
one.
So instead of me struggling, doing it by myself, I got the support that I needed. I got favor. And
Mhm.
like I said, word of God is complete. Favor, in one way or the other, favor will just come into your life because you have found who God has as destined to be with you. So I think that is number one thing. It was God's favor. Getting married, finding your partner is, for a man, is you are simply favored by God, and that favor will begin to speak in your life.
So those are what we will call the benefits,
Yeah.
like favor, things that we could have taken years to achieve. Coming together, two head was better than one. We're able to achieve it as a team, and we're able to overcome everything. And I can say right now, we are comfortable, we're fine. We're comfortable and fine. It was a faith journey. We took a leap of faith, and it turned out good for us.
Like the limitations. Wasn't think about limitations. When you know, you don't have to, like I said, uh you have to understand where you are. If you are trying to take this leap of faith, you have to, even if you are working, even if the husband is working, the wife is working, and you're not earning much, because in Nigeria, looking at the Nigerian factor now, things are hard. So, or wherever you are, even if you're in Canada or UK and you are still not earning much, understand that it's a phase, it's a journey. Like I said, there are times that we have 5,000, it's 5,000 that we do the market, and by the time we start pricing, well, let's buy small goat meat, 500, let's buy small beef, let's buy 2 Congos of rice, let's buy this Congo of beans. We were managing and we're doing it with, sometimes we laugh and
we're enjoying ourselves.
We're not putting ourselves on unnecessary prayer. We're
You
not
remember?
down.
You remember
We're
when
not.
we went to UK? That B and B that we stayed with, that woman inside one room. That woman, she saw us, like, when we were leaving, she told us that I like how you guys are doing, because she said we I don't even know how to put it, like, even though we don't know where we are going to sleep that day, and she was, because we didn't want to pay for the Airbnb anymore. We have tried to rent an apartment and we've not even collected the key. We don't know whether we'll be able to go there or not. She was like, even though you guys don't know tomorrow or where you are going to be tomorrow, or even get a job, like, she likes the way we are still laughing, enjoying our life, no fights, no arguments, no shouting on each other. We're still happy. That's because we just trusted God that God would do it, and he did. Indeed, he did it. So I would say limitations were those times there were no money.
Might not be able to buy.
We were just managing
everything. We're just trying to manage what we have, what we've had. Like, just manage it. Food.
For me, the limitation, one of the limitation was that I was not able to have much fun before we got married, and even before we have a child. Those just going out, going on dates. It's someone that have money that will be going on dates. if you can eat small food at a better marriages, if you 5,000 want to go on dates, there was no date, no cinema, all those fun. I like it, but we didn't have the opportunity
to have that. Maybe we're also doing one or two local stuff that we can do. There's this joint in
Amala.
We just carry ourselves, but let's go and enjoy. Even if it's let's go and spend money and enjoy ourselves. So we have one or two. We're able to, you might not go to a big thing, but start with whatever is in your locality and just enjoy yourself and have fun. So
that was it. But the benefit really outweighs whatever limitations. Yeah. Like, the benefit was a lot. But
this is not to say if you're in that shoe, you must do it. But if you know where God is leading, if you understand yourself that this is a phase, this is a journey, then you can just trust God and see you through.
So the whole summary is, as a man, it's not the money that you earn that makes you a man. It's not what should give you your self-esteem and confidence. You should get that from God. And as a woman, if you're earning more than your husband or your husband to be, it doesn't mean that makes you the head. It doesn't mean you should be rude or proud because you earn more money. It doesn't mean you should intimidate him. You guys should respect each other, humble each other, and plan together, because two heads are better than one. So guys, drop comments, like this video, share, so that more people can learn from the story. And don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. It will encourage us to do more. And see you. Bye bye.